Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 3rd of December 2025. So crypto crashes up, an odd way of saying that it rallied up as stocks, bonds and the dollar chop. Boy, that escalated quickly. Yes, big turnaround yesterday for Bitcoin. Markets chop on AI headlines and next Fed chair bets. See who's going to be the next Fed chair for the Fed. And US stocks mostly gained as tech and crypto rebound from Monday's sell-off. US-Russia talks in Moscow were also in focus with meetings lasting 5 hours. And QT ended yesterday amid a repo surge. What this means for overall liquidity. The Fed ends balance sheet runoff today, which will decrease the liquidity drain, although the impact on overall funding conditions remains nebulous at best. So not too much of a concern at the moment, although I did see a video overnight of the Fed having to put up $25 billion for some of the banks. So let's see what happens. I've said before, QE is coming back very quickly, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's not back by the end of this month. Let's have a look at the economic news for today. We've got the ADP numbers. Like I say, this is all out of sync at the moment as the US government plays catch-up. Lagarde is going to be speaking twice today, which you can see there at 1:30, 3:30 p.m. And then you've got Trump is speaking this evening. What's he speaking about? Let's have a look at some of the detail. See if we can get some news on this. Nope, nothing there. No, nothing of any major significance, unless he's going to be talking about Ukraine and Russia war. So we'll have to see. Look, we've got some news here as well. Trump refers to Kevin Hassett as a potential Fed chair. Not really heard of him, but I'm sure we will all be familiar with him if he is chosen in no time at all. Right, let's have a look at these choppy markets, and choppy they were, and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow daily, everything looks fine. The market reversing after Monday's sell-off. Bit of weakness overnight there, but let's have a look at the 30-minute, bit more detail. And you can see there that the choppiness is quite obvious, isn't it? Very difficult market to make money in on an intraday basis when it's that choppy. However, overnight, the market has moved up nicely to the high of yesterday, but it's found a bit of selling in that area. Meanwhile, in the German DAX, an inside bar for yesterday, the high and lower inside of Monday's bar, but above the 200 MA at the moment, trying to hold at this level. Again, has been the pattern recently, is a bit of a sell-off to begin with, and then the market turning around and moving back to the upside. 30-minute charts, you'll see just before we opened yesterday, 30-minute bar market had a bit of a down move. And it moved down again and then found some buying coming into the market and prices managing to move higher. A bit choppy around lunchtime, and also we're heading up to the R1 there, which you can see. And overnight, the market sitting at the close and above the 200 MA there as well, supporting prices. In the S&P 500, taking out Monday's high during yesterday's trading session, looking quite strong and back above the 78 there as well. Market fairly confident, and of course we've got more earnings coming out shortly as well. 30-minute chart though shows a different picture, very choppy after the cash market opened during yesterday. However, prices have moved up but failed to close above yesterday's high thus far. We've got market just coming around down and having a look at the 20-bar moving average there as well. Meanwhile, in the UK, the market's up and down yesterday, taking out the low and the high. So let's have a look at a bit more detail. So the high was taken out in the first part of the morning, and then the low when the Dow came on stream, the market trading down to this. But overnight, prices are sideways, as you can see there, just below the DP and the close. And in the US dollar, sharply down has been for a few days, and also down on the overnight as well, which is a bit odd because silver has been hammered by $1 overnight. So let's just have a look at that, because it's not consistent with the relationship. If the dollar goes down, it usually lends support to the metal. So let's see what's going on. So there we've had a new all-time high in silver overnight. I think that's a first. I don't think I've ever seen that at 58.93. Maybe it was just getting too much ahead of itself and wanting to break that $60 level. But here's the bar. You can see it there. When I woke at 5 a.m. I thought we're doing quite nicely. We're heading towards $60 an ounce. Got to the desk and slam the price straight down there, $1. However, you can see it soon bounced off the DP with some buying coming in for the second half and is showing support there as well. This is obviously thin trading, allowing for those with a few quid on the sidelines to slam the price down. We see it here as well. We had $1 yesterday, we had $1 there, we had about 70 cents there, and if we just go back again, you'll see another dollar slam. So it seems to be dollar slams now. It used to be a lot bigger than that. So again, lending support here with these big down bars, but the market then seems to be bouncing off these, and no surprise given the shortage that is now coming to light. So yesterday we tried to move the market lower, but the S1, but prices were supported. Then we have the usual shenanigans from the LBMA at 130, but of course it fails and the market then moves to the upside in the afternoon. That seems to be a pattern with silver at the moment, being suppressed during the mornings and then being allowed to run after the LBMA fix. So again, all of this is just engineered so that traders can actually buy. You know, even with $1 off, it makes a big difference, because a $1,000 move on a futures contract is $5,000 profit or loss. So it's worth doing that. Again, will it hold until the end of December? I mean, there's a long way to the last trading day of March. Anything can happen in between, but one of the things for sure now, given the confirmed shortages, that any down move will be met with buyers to bring the price back. Meanwhile, in gold, barely doing anything overnight. 30-minute chart. Again, you can see they just tried to slam that, but it didn't move too much at all. Sitting down by the DP and the close. Again, you can see that. So, quick sell, and then the market reversing. Same again yesterday. The LBMA, they can't help themselves. They have to slam the price at between 1 and 230, and then it seems to come back. So have a look at the gold silver ratio. And in the gold silver ratio, moving down yesterday, that was the rally that came late in the afternoon, early evening GMT, and overnight, obviously, because gold's steady, silver was slammed $1, and you can see that reflected in the gold silver ratio. Like I say, it doesn't make any sense when the US dollar is actually moving to the downside there, particularly there as well overnight. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades. So yesterday morning we see the market rallying into the cash market, and prices open. That small sell-off that I spoke about, and again today I'd expect the same, before the buyers came into the market at the DP, 200 MA there, and then moving prices back to the upside, albeit as a temporary move, as you'll see there. So prices moving up, and temporary being a consolidation phase in this case, which is there. Again, we've got a bit of selling coming into the market there. Market reverses off and then back to the upside there. And then as we make our way through, it just becomes choppy. There are no trades in the morning. Well, there are no automated trades, no signals. But as we head into the afternoon, again, that choppy session in the US, you can see the choppiness reflected there. We have just the one trade that the market traded up to the just above the scalp, and then moved down, and then moved back up. So I'd rather have no trades than losing trades. So very choppy, but it took until late afternoon before the market actually found some sort of direction there. Where are we overnight? Prices just seeing a bit of selling coming into the market there. It's 15 minutes to 7 a.m. So I'm surprised by that big spike to the downside, but then again not, because as traders start to come to the desks, the electronic market is open, and they can use that to slam prices and do whatever they want. We've just seen in the silver chart and gold chart. Right, so not a lot to report there. We're stuck in the sideways range across the whole of the markets at the moment. No surprise, or given the time of year as well, we're heading into Christmas. We've had a bit of a rally. Whether we get any more, well, I suspect we will, because they're going to have to revert to QE and also changing the guard at the Fed, and also the interest rate cut that's coming this month as well. Right, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.